Glad you could make it. It's time to meet the music. I'm Julia Meek here in WBOI's Harriet Parrish Performance Studio with Cass Blue on the sound stage. So welcome her as she welcomes all of us with Appalachian Angel.
Jessie was the youngest in a family of 5. They lived up on the ridge where the mountains meet the sky. Her daddy died 2 years ago, working in the mines. A Bible and his old guitar is all he left behind. Well, it wasn't very long before the bank took back their home. Her brothers joined the army, leaving Mom and her alone. Grabbed her daddy's old guitar, went to town that night, promising her mama everything would be alright. Set her guitar case down on the sidewalk, closed her eyes and said a silent prayer. The people gathered round and threw their dollars, but no one saw the angel standing there, saying, try to keep your shoulders back, hold your head up high. I know that you are frightened, but I'm right here by your side. Like a mountain nightingale, sing your song tonight. Appalachian Angel, taking flight. Not yet quite a woman, no longer still a child, not quite understanding she would walk those lonely miles. Every day she'd take a different path up to that bridge, to sit beside her daddy's grave, listen to the wind. From the west there came a roll of thunder, and lightning flashed within young Jessie's eyes. And suddenly she knew what she would have to do to finally earn her angel wings to fly. Well, the legend of young Jessie said her mama died that night. Military epitaphs laying by her side. 3 new crosses line that sky up there on that bridge. Just walked toward the mountains and was never seen again. Mountain people say they hear her singing the same sweet song she sang in town that night, to lead 'em safely home, to never be alone. Their Appalachian Angel guiding light, singing, try to keep your shoulders back, hold your head up high. I know that you are frightened, but I'm right here by your side. Like a mountain nightingale, I'll sing this song tonight. Your Appalachian angel taking flight.
A lovely and haunting welcome to Meet the Music from Cass Blue, her own Appalachian angel. Welcome, Cass. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, you made the trip to our soundstage from Ohio, and that is where you've been spending your time and making your music?
Yes, yes.
As we always like to do, we'd like to hear a little bit about that passion side of yourself. So where did it all start for you?
It started when my mom got my first guitar for me. I was about 12 years old. And spinning my 45, so that gives you an age bracket there. But I fell in love with music. I spent a lot of time by myself, and I just love guitar.
And you always, guitar was your axe, and always a singer too?
Oh, yes.
So when did the songwriting start for you?
Actually, the songwriting began right about that time.
Okay.
I was a kid of divorce, okay, so my sister's off in one part of the country and I'm in another part, and I had a lot of pent-up stuff, so it was a release and a blessing at the same time.
And a friend, like you say, if you were alone, but you were never alone as long as you had your music and, and your guitar and your voice. Well, we are so happy that you're sharing with us in this session, and the truth is, this is Meet the Music. We have lots of good music to meet. Coming up next is another original by Cass Blue. It's called Trying Not to Fall. Is there a setup for this song, Cass, that we should know about?
No, actually, this was one I just kind of pulled out of the air, and you know, you'll see something on TV or whatnot, or driving down the road, and it's just about trying not to fall in love with somebody.
Well, that's going to be good advice, most musically distributed, I'm sure. So Meet the Music. This is Cass Blue and Trying Not to Fall.
Go through every day with feelings tucked away, hiding just as much from me as you. And I cannot deny all the feelings down inside every time you walk into a room. When you are close to me, I feel happy, and gray skies turn a summer shade of blue. Well, I guess it's been a while since a heart could wear a smile, and I'm not so sure I know just what to do. So I'm trying not to fall in love with you. Far too many times, there were far too many lines. Far too many times I played a fool. And now I understand that a woman and a man can only find each other with the truth. Well, lately I've been thinking about tomorrow. Well, I wish I found it somewhere in your eyes. And if only yesterday and its ghost could fade away, might believe in something that I found. But for now I'll just go on writing poems, singing songs, wishing on a star up in the sky. And I'll hold you close to me in my favorite fantasy, only for those moments you are mine. Guess I'll pour myself another cup of coffee, and I'll smoke another cigarette or two. Then I'll lock and bolt the door to my lonely heart once more. It's the only thing I know just how to do. 'Cause I'm trying not to fall in love with you. Yeah, I'm trying not to fall in love with you.
Meet the Music. It's Cass Blue on our soundstage, and that was a great original of hers, Trying Not to Fall. Now, Cass, I know that you embrace several genres and styles of music. Mm-hmm. Probably there's none that you dislike, I think would be fair to say. How would you describe your signature sound?
My signature sound for myself is more folky, perhaps with a touch of country, but I also write some blues, and that's what we got coming up for you.
Just what about the blues calls your name?
Oh, man. I think Fats Domino years ago, listening to him, and then the Beatles came along, and the Stones, and then there was Janis Joplin, and boy, she was my hero. So
I can certainly understand that with your demeanor and, of course, your voice and the styles that you embrace, that's for sure. So coming up next, we're going to hear some blues, as you say, and the title's Whiskey and Lonely.
Yes.
What's the setup for that song, besides whiskey and loneliness?
Oh, really? My son went through an ugly divorce, and his only buddies for a while were A, whiskey, and B, lonely. And so I kind of wrote this for him, you know. So that's what prompted this.
Well, I think it's going to speak to everyone, and I, for one, can't wait to listen to it. Meet the Music. It's Cass Blue, and this is Whiskey and Lonely.
Whiskey and lonely, two of my friends will be spending time tonight. Picking up pieces of this broken fool, trying to make it through the night. Looks like whiskey and lonely tonight. Was I blind or just wouldn't see when you threw my love away? Was I just a piece in a game that you played? Now there's nothing left to say. Gave you my heart, but you wanted my soul. Gave you a house that I thought was my home. Gave you children, the best part of me. Then you threw it all away. Go live your life, I'll try to find mine. In a world of neon lights, you got your new friends, and I'm right here with mine. Looks like whiskey and lonely tonight. Gave you my heart, but you and I'll try to find mine in a world of neon lights. You got your new friends, and I'm right here with mine. Looks like whiskey and lonely tonight. Looks like whiskey and lonely tonight. Looks like whiskey and lonely tonight.
Whiskey and Lonely. What a blues that is to sing, and that's an original written and performed by Cass Blue. Cass, I know that you enjoy the full band experience, and we look forward to getting your full band in here one day. In the meantime, what makes the solo performance so satisfying for you?
Seeing somebody across the room smile. If I can reach somebody with something I'm doing, or I've seen tears. I've seen laughter, I've gotten hugs. That's the good stuff, and I think that's what music's about.
Certainly, your music is not only engaging, but it does reach into somebody's heart and soul. It speaks to them. It pulls out an emotion, but
Thank you.
Part of that's because your emotion shared in that. Before we go along, just to make sure, I will ask you to share with us, how can folks find you and find out about you, more music you make, as well as your band?
Well, we're out underneath the name the Cass Blue Band right now, and I'm Cass Blue, and I'm not too hard to find.
Over Ohio way.
Over Ohio way. You can Google me under Cassie Blue. And on Facebook, I'm on Facebook also. So
and that would be CASS, and then
yep,
my favorite
CASS.
color is blue and blues. So I double thank you for the piece we just heard. Speaking of pieces that we're hearing on this wonderful session with Cass Blue, coming up next is not only, well, it's a fantastic, sounds like it's going to be a real combo package we're getting here, and it's rainbow. It's a rainbow connection, I guess I can say it that way. But it's always fun to hear why and how standards and fantastic perennial pieces get into an otherwise original session. So just what moves you to be covering the rainbow for us right now?
Well, the Rainbow Connection, Kermit's one of my other heroes.
You've got a good band of role models there, I got to say.
Yeah, I do. No, I thought that was just a wonderful song. Kenny Loggins a few years ago did what some people would call a children's song collection, but it was so fabulous. You know, he did the Rainbow Connection and the Unicorn Song and stuff like that. And I guess all of us still have a 9-year-old living somewhere inside.
I would hope so.
I hope so.
If they have forgotten, then I have a feeling Cass Blue is going to remind them with this piece I am hopeful for. And so I'll just say, meet the music. Once again, this is Cass Blue sharing with us a Rainbow Connection and Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yes. There's so many songs about rainbows. What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, they're only illusions. Rainbows got nothing to hide. So I've been told, and I choose to believe it. There's something that I just can't see. Somebody called it the Rainbow Connection. Lovers, the dreamers, and me. somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. Anything that you dare to dream can come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wind up where those clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above those chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Birds fly, if birds fly over the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star, wind up where those clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above those chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Birds fly, if birds fly over the rainbow, why, then oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I?
Time flies when Cass Blue takes the stage and takes us over the rainbow and back again. What a great version of two lovely songs. Unfortunately, this session with her is nearly over. Thanks for sharing your music and your musical spirit with us, Cass.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Mutual pleasure then. She's going to be leading us on down that Midwest music highway now with great standard, My Mother's Eyes. And for Meet the Music, I'm Julia Meek.
Got my mother's eyes and my father's hair. Does anybody really care? Cold out here. Well, I keep running with my head held high, with my head to the skies, and my mother's eyes. And my mother's eyes are with me in the chilly wind of autumn. And where they're gonna lead me, I don't know. Have I seen more than I should? Have I done all that I could with my mother's eyes? And my mother's eyes are with me in the darkness that's been paid for. And where they're gonna lead me, I don't know. Have I seen more than my share? Have I done more than I dare? Excuse me if I stay here with my my mother's eyes.